amazing, escaping from heritage and not that good heritage. I'm talking about my intellect could save my life. And I believed it. And I studied hard, and I read, and I read, and I read, and I ingested information. I will be dead. I will be sick. I will be crazy. I will be overwhelmed. I will be stressed. Stuck in your head? Be careful. You could be dead. Because human beings are monopolized by thoughts, by the intellect, by the reasoning. And we were lied. We were lied. Education lied to us. We are not only right-brained people. We are left-brained people and right-brained people. So we have two hemispheres. We could be reasoning at a moment and using logic, and we could be so intuitive and creative and free as an experience of living as wonderful, magical creatures. I am Ismael Cala, and I want you to stay with me for a few minutes in this video because I want to explain how I get over my head. And I kind of use my head in a way that has been amazing, escaping from heritage and not that good heritage. I'm talking about schizophrenia. I'm talking about mental illnesses or brain disorders in my family and all the ancestral inheritance that we receive that is part of our DNA. Because as humans, we are the result of a process of evolution of centuries. You know, our DNA has spiritually, energetically, emotionally, all the condensation of what the universe is so far until now, until this moment. You are the result of a tiny, mighty, powerful process that started with stellar dust. We are the results of stellar dust. Believing that we are only just physical creatures is a hallucination, is a big lie, because we are more than that. We are energy. So the logical processing of everything being in an abstract comprehension is a very, very limited process for a human being trying to understand its nature, trying to understand the truth, the powerful hidden truth of our creation, our existence, our potential, our future. I was lied. I was lied when I was bringing consciousness to this world, when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, because, you know, imagine that I was told that my intellect will save my life. My intellect could save my life. And I believed it. And I studied hard, and I read, and I read, and I read, and I ingested information, and I digested that information to reproduce that information according to the standards of institutionalized education or formal education. So I was more a recorder and somebody reproducing what recorded using the brain as an artifact of data reproduction. And today we are talking about artificial intelligence being part of our present lives and being important part of the future lives of humanity. Now we know that using the brain or being stuck in our head, believing that we have all the information and that we will have all the information that we need to compete with AI or LLMs, large language models, that's a big lie. Because the human brain now needs to be in a different mode, operational mode. We have to be more creative than rational. We have to be thinking in a different way that is sometimes not the way of our head and our rational mind, is the way of our heart. We have a mind here, down here. You know, the situation room for so many human beings, the situation room where all the major decisions are taken, is here, on top of your shoulders, in your head. But that's why I realized that if I'm too much in my head, I will be dead. Why? Because if I believe every single thought, if I entertain every single thought, if I don't kind of disengage of my own thought processing, I will be dead. I will be sick. I will be crazy. I will be overwhelmed. I will be stressed. I will be paranoid. I will be so many things that I don't want to be. And probably you don't want to be that either. When I was 15 years old, I had a big, big, big breakthrough in my life. I have no self-esteem. I went to visit my father in a psychiatry ward at a hospital. And at that moment, I saw my father being brought to the room after received a session of electroshocks, electrical waves to his brain. It's almost like frying the brain. And that was a moment of clarity for me. And that was a moment of truth, a very painful truth. It was a moment that I said, God, please save me, save me. I don't want to look like my father. I don't want to see myself growing up and having this kind of life and this kind of mind and this kind of brain. It was kind of hard because no son or daughter would like to say, I don't want to be like my mom. I don't want to be like my father. But I didn't have an option. It was pure survival. It was pure instinct to be different. It was a need to know that I needed to find at that moment a sanctuary, a place that it was going to be safer than my own head to look ahead. And that place was the heart. And at that moment, when I was 15 years old, I didn't know what I know now. And as Maya Angelou said, and Oprah Winfrey repeated, often, when you know better, you do better. When you know better, you do better. But now I know better. And that's why I'm just telling you this. To stay in your head for a long time will make you sick. Because sometimes you identify with the nature of your thoughts, not thinking that you're not your thoughts. You are the controller, you are the programmer of your thoughts. You are the conscious observer, the silent witness of your thoughts, of your head. It's unbelievable how meditation and mindfulness have changed my life. I'm coming from a family with a deep, deep shame about mental illnesses, brain disorders, schizophrenia, depression, and suicides. My grandfather, my father's father, committed suicide when I was less than 4 years old. And my father's sister, my aunt, committed suicide when I was already 12 or 13 years old. And I remember that sad episode in our family. And I had a very close-knit relationship with her. So it was very difficult for me to understand that we have a mission in our lives. And the mission is not only to put information, academic information, knowledge in our heads. It's actually to have the tools and the practices to clean that head, clean the head, clean and cleanse the mind through silence, through observation, through neutrality, or no identification with the nature of every single thought that is crossing the screen of my mind. So it's important to know that you are not your mind. You have a mind. You don't say, I am a hand. I am a hand. You don't say, I am a hand. I am a foot. You say, I have a hand. I have a foot. But you're not those parts of your body. So the purpose of this video is to tell you that we need to change our focus. We need to really believe that the heart center, or the center of the heart, has a powerful intelligence that will save your life and will save your head. If you trust your heart, you will go ahead in life. You will have a very, very advantageous, competitive upper hand. You will take decisions based not only on the logical investigation of what's the best for you, you will make decisions and take turns in your life based on those decisions that will advance you, because you have the trust of an inner voice that is coming from the heart, a very compassionate, intelligent, open heart, full of kindness, full of forgiveness, full of loving compassion, that will make you always ask, is this decision that I'm taking having its own truthful way? And listen to the answer of your heart. Listen to that answer. Trust the answer. You have to trust the answer of your heart. So next time when you have a daily decision, not a big one, because we are training a different situation room, not the situation room in your head. We are training new situation room in the center of your heart. So the next opportunity that you have to make a decision, not a life or death decision, no, wait for that ones. Like a daily decision, do I do this or do I do that? Please trust me. Trust me. Leave your mind, leave your brain, and go to the heart and ask your heart, is this decision a decision with heart? Does it have a heart this way? And feel, listen, feel. An expansive sensation is a yes. A contracted sensation of noise inside of you, no clarity, that will be a no. That's the clarity of the language of the heart. There is no sentences, there is no words. It's just sensations, feelings, sensations. And we have to understand that, because that's the way our heart talks to us. And there is wisdom, ancestral wisdom, in the language of our hearts. So, are you with me? Are you going to try next time to close your eyes, breathe in, breathe out, have the two options or the three options, and ask the question to your heart. Is this possible way? Is this possible intention a decision with heart? Feel it, feel it, feel it, and do it for the second one and for the third option. And then you will compare. And then you will have a sensation. And trust me, that's how you develop intuition. That's how you cultivate your inner wisdom. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So please comment on your chat here and activate the bell, subscribe to the channel, and also share with at least 5 people that you know could benefit from this content. Thank you so much. I am Ismael Cala, and I'm so glad to have you here. See you next time on our next video.